Okay, so today in this video we're gonna do a tutorial for making your own basic tModLoader like sword, pickaxe, axe, ham axe, either one, pickaxe or axe or ham axe. Boots, like an accessory. I'll do wings in the next video, but right now we're doing boots. I think that's pretty much it. No, a bow also a bow. But first, what you want to do is you want to open pixel art. Well, I mean, you want to open your browser. Then you want to search out pixel art. Art. And you go here. New drawing, 32 by 32. Will work. Okay. But you would make like your custom sword or something, whatever. Doesn't really matter what you make, how you make it look like, or whatever. So this is obviously not my sword, but it could look something like this. But I already have a sword. I already have like all the assets and stuff, so I don't need to make one. But this is what I use to make all my assets. On this video, you don't have to do animations, but probably on the third video, you would have to make animations for, like probably for your no, video 2 you have to make an animation for your wings, but in video 3 you have to make armor and some other stuff, probably a boss if I think about it. But now we go, well, we don't have to open up Terraria first, but you want to open up Visual Studio Code. Boom. And you want to open here, you want to go to your documents, you want to go to my games, Terraria, tModLoader, mod sources, and if you already made your mod, it would show up. Like I made this one. This is for the test of this video, and you need global and items, so you have to add that. But if you don't have one, all you do is very simple. You go to tModLoader, let this open. Yeah, just let this load. It's gonna load all your mods that you have on right now. Okay, after your mods is loaded, you go to workshop and you want to go develop mods. As you can see, I already have a lot of mods, but to create a mod, there should be a button right here that says create mod, and you want to do your display name. So I already have a thing, but you can put like test or whatever. It doesn't matter. You can make your own full mod just from this tutorial. You want to do, well, whatever your name is, no spaces, so I'll do like blood pack test. As you can see, this would represent the file name, so it will show this as your mod. Well, not globally, like say if I would publish it, it would show the mod display name, which would be blood pack. This would show up on the market if I published it, or the workshop. And mod author, you just put your name, my YouTube name, or you could do anyone collaborating, like friend, whatever. But since it's by myself, just Dejo XP. And you might want to add basic sword, so you can copy this code and paste it all over your things, because the code from basic sword you're gonna have to use for everything. But if you don't want that, you could just leave it blank, and then yeah. But if you put the basic sword, your items folder should already open up, but you would need to add the global folder. So all you do is new folder and global, press enter. I already have that, so I'll just delete this folder. Okay, so now once you've done all that, you could do this open .cs project, or what I do is just open Visual Studio Code, file, open folder, and you go to your mod, click on it, select folder, and it should work. You want to have your Microsoft C# expansion to it. So if you don't have it, just do C# or hashtag. C#. You want to download that. That's what I do, and it works perfectly fine. You want okay. So we go to my blood sword. You would want these open, right? And it will show with all this. You don't mess with this one because it's gonna be a melee if it's a sword. But let's say if you have like a bow, you just change it to ranged. But since I have a sword, it'll be melee. Oh, melee. Okay, so you could change the damage of your sword to do like 90. I'm gonna keep mine on 80. This is the value of your sword. So this right here is ×2. So okay, let's say this is 3 gold. This right here is 3 gold. But since it's in half, it's gonna be 15. It would be 15. No, 1.5 gold. But they double it, so it'd be 3 gold. So this is just remember that. This is the rarity. To figure out what the rarities are, you just go here and you go to Terraria wiki. It's wiki fandom. That's what I like most instead of the regular one. And you do rarity, and it will show you the code, like numbers for it. So the lowest is -1 and all the way to -11. But you could pick any one and you just put it in. So like if I wanted to put my blood thing on red, I'll just put 10 and it would work like that. This is the oh wait, hold on. Item that use style is the animation. One is regular swinging for a sword, and you don't have to really worry about these. But the use time, basically it depends how slow you swing it or fast you swing it. So like the lower it is, the faster you swing it. The higher it is, the slower you swing it. The item ID, you can just search it up on the wiki. But this one is just regular swinging. And item.artery use. This is, if you have this on true, you could hold the button and it will swing over and over again. But if you put it on false, you have to press it for it to swing again. Here's your recipe. You could change the recipe to whatever you want. And if you want to do like a certain thing, like recipe dot add recipe group, you want to put the parentheses, and you want to do probably like fragment, if you want to do fragment, or iron bar. Okay, so wait, I forgot to do item ID. You do item ID dot iron bar, comma, and how many iron bars you want to put. Oh, I put item ID wrong there. And you want to put the end to it. You always need to put that. That's very important for C#, because this is a C# program. But if you wanted to do like any iron bar, like lead or iron, between it you do add recipe group, boom. But I'm just keeping on one dirt block so I can keep it simple, so I don't have to like get everything just to get the item. You will also want to do Control S, and if you don't have it saved, it will show up right here to have it saved. Oh yeah, also you need to get Visual Studio Code 2022 for 1.4, but if you want to code 1.3, all you do is you could go to their 1.3 thing, and it will show how to get it, and it will take you to the community 2019 Visual Studio Code. You can just download it and it will work from there. But it won't be this. It'll be something like item, but a lowercase. It won't be capital. Item dot, and if you want to do melee, and it'll be like equals true. But it's auto doing it because, you know. Okay. Save. Now we're gonna do bows. So I'm gonna explain this as best as I can. This right here is your tooltip. It will be like the description of your item, but if you want to do a description for your pack, this is the description. You can change it to whoever you want. You can change the build, you can change the author name. It will change it automatically. You can change the name from right here. Let's go back to the blood bow. So you could put this as anything. At first it's gonna be like a basic bow or a sword, whatever. But I changed it to a bow from Evil Blood. You can change it to your own. Aim damage is the same as the sword damage. Use style. This is for shooting bows, which is style 5. I kept the use time and animation same. Rarity, I should put this on 10 so it's not purple. The rarity on 11 is purple, but 10 is red. I just kept the item ID the same. Auto reuse, yes. Shoot speed, okay. I mean, not shoot speed, I don't shoot. So it's gonna shoot 6 arrows at a time, but shoot speed, this is 7. And this is like, I could say moderately fast, but if you want it like really fast, let's say like 20F, and it'll go way faster. But I'm keeping mine on 7. Don't put it on like 1.5 or something. It's gonna go so slow. It's not gonna go anywhere. But to use ammo, item.useammo space ammo id.arrow, and most of the time you just copy all your sword code and you just paste it into here, and you add these extra stuff for range. You want to change this to damage class range because it's a 1.4 thing. You can change the recipe to something different besides it, and also while you copy it, it's gonna have the blood sword, even though it's coming from your blood bow CS. So you're gonna have to change this to blood bow instead of blood sword. Okay, now we're getting on to the shoes. Okay, so let me explain this. This is the width and height of your shoes. That's pretty important to fix up, but if you're just testing with it, it doesn't matter. You have to put item.accessory, or else it's not going to use the accessory. It's going to be used as a melee. Item.rarity, you could put out whatever. Mine is on 10. 3 gold. And then make sure you have it on blood shoes. And instead of using tooltip, use display name for something that is, you know, a boot or something. So shoes demonized from Blood Evil. But I accidentally put that into the description, but this is gonna be like the name of your shoes in game. That's why it's a display. Okay, so this code right here is very important to add, but you'll need this to see how fast your character moves and stuff like that. But this code, it's only if you want to add particles or something to your player, what you have the shoes on. I'll show that right here. So we go to global. This is why you need global players.cs. So you have this, you have to put this on global player, bot player, you know, public class, you know, and public blues. I'm at pool, public bull, shoes. Okay, so shoes is what I named it from the texture. But if you want to name it something different, you should just do, you know, blood shoes. So I'll change it to blood. Oh, I accidentally put on caps. Blood shoes. So you want to change this to blood shoes. Well, if that's your name of your stuff, blood. Okay. Now, public override. You want this is for the particles. So this is the velocity of the particle. You could just change this to whatever. You could just put this. It doesn't really matter. Okay, this right here, this is randomized, but I'm pretty sure this is like a wood particle. It changes between particles. I think there's something like a website to change it. This is some speed or whatever. I don't know. The colors. Okay, so the color of the particle. You have to do colors dot, and don't like put something else instead. Well, look, I'll explain it. Look, so it will show. I think it will automatically show up for everybody, but rarity and blue or dark purple, whatever. It shows all these rarities. You just put on the color that you want it to be. So I'll put on dark red, and you can put it whatever you want here. I think that's to make it more obvious, but it doesn't matter. Okay, now this is just, the shoe texture or whatever. Alright, so that's the shoes. Now we go to pickaxe. So now to make your pickaxe, you have to change this to blood pickaxe, so it works. And display name. So let me change this because I still have it on shoes. Pick, demonized from evil blood. You have to have all this here. Item.pick. So this is how good your pickaxe is going to be. We change the use animation lower so it doesn't, go slower. Let's put that on 10. And put this on 10. Okay. Now, this right here is something new. This is like if you want to swing from left to right. So if you point your cursor to the right, your character will turn to the right. But if you turn to the right, not the right, the left. But if you turn to the right, your character will point to the right and mine that way. Okay. Auto reuse, you already know what that is. Item ID. Wait, why do I have two? I have two auto reuse. Okay. That's about it for the pickaxe. Now let's go to the axe. So if you want to also have the hammer functionality, you add item.hammer and you just put whatever. You might want to put it less since the hammer's not supposed to be like, strong as an axe. But here's a value, use animation. So let me put this higher so it's slower because axe is heavier. And that should be done for your basic mod. Yeah, you should be done now after this brief and brief explanation. You should be ready to go with your mod. Make sure you save everything and that is in your mod. I have one thing unsaved. What is this? You save this there. It'll show you which one to save by the dot beside it. But make sure you have your PNGs for everything, because if you don't, it will not work and it will show an error message. I'll show you how to fix error messages, but build and reload, it'll take a minute because you have to load every mod that you have unless you don't have any, and you'll just make your mod now if you wanted to. Okay, so I'll put all the code that I have for the hand max, all that online. I'll just put it as a Google Drive for y'all to download. But after you build and reload your stuff, now you're able to go to your test world or, your player that you want to play with. You just play, you go into your world, and everything should pop up as the thing you want to craft it for. So, all my things are dirt blocks, so you have to demonize X. You have the boots, already have the boots on, and it does not go that fast. So, these are pretty average boots. You have the sword, the axe, the bow, the pick. Well, not the pickaxe. I forgot to change it, but it's supposed to be axe. Let me go fix that. Axe. Axe. And look, as you can see, it puts the name as what you put it on your display name. The blood bow, I already showed you how to do that. The axe, the sword, the shoes. Now, this is exactly how you make your mod. And if it doesn't work, you can just put it in the comments and if I messed anything wrong. But yeah, that should be it. Oh yeah, also one more thing. If you want to scale up your item, like let's say my sword is too small, so let's do item dot scale, and you want to scale it to whatever you want to, and then the float letter. So like, let's scale it up by 1.2, float, and end it, and it should make your item much more bigger. But Now, since you have every piece of your code done, like fully furbished and fixed. Now you want to go build and reload again. Alright, so let me show you the sword. Now the sword should be scaled up, so you don't have to like resize your image like sometimes I do, but you don't really have to. And the axe function should work for your, for your axe, and it should also mine wood. Don't worry why my stuff is OP. It's because I have the Transcends customizations. But if I turned it off, it would be more normal. It would show you like how it works normally. But this is pretty much how you make your mod.